Hey, welcome. So glad you're here. If you've ever woken up and just felt like life is on a loop, like you're not really living, just kind of existing, then you're in the right place. Today, we're going to tear apart the blueprint for breaking free, for finally switching off that autopilot and taking the controls back. Let's jump in. Does this feel a little too real? You wake up, you scroll your phone, you rush through your day, you feel drained, you crash into bed, and then you do the exact same thing tomorrow. The days just blur into weeks, the weeks into months, and there's this little voice in the back of your head going, is this it? You see everyone else out there chasing these big dreams, and you feel like you're just stuck, waiting for something to happen.
Okay, so before we can find a way out, we have to understand what we're stuck in. First things first, let's diagnose the problem. We need to really get a handle on why we get caught in what I call the autopilot trap. This is that invisible force that's keeping you in the exact same spot you were a year ago.
And this right here, this gets to the heart of it. We spend hours scrolling, comparing our messy, complicated, behind-the-scenes life to someone else's perfectly polished highlight reel, right? You see the amazing vacation, not the credit card debt it caused. You see the promotion, but you don't see the panic attacks behind it. You're literally comparing your chapter 2 to their chapter 20, and it is just quietly, slowly chipping away at your soul.
And this just nails it, doesn't it? The problem isn't information. We have endless information. We can watch 1,000 videos on how to change our lives. We read the books. We make these elaborate plans. We know we should probably exercise more, eat a little better, scroll less, but we get trapped in this endless cycle of thinking and planning and waiting, always waiting for that perfect moment to finally start. It's not a knowledge problem. It's an action problem. We lack a system.
So, how do we actually break out of the trap? Well, it all starts with the very first pillar of our blueprint: rewiring your mindset. Look, real lasting change never starts with your to-do list. It starts with the stories you tell yourself inside your own head and the lens that you choose to see the world through.
It really starts with this incredible Japanese concept called ikigai. It basically translates to your reason for being. It's that thing, that one thing, that makes getting out of bed feel worth it. See, autopilot mode is just life without a direction. Your ikigai, that's your compass. It's the purpose that pulls you forward, even on the days you really don't feel like it.
Now check this out. This is a beautiful idea. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold. So instead of trying to hide the cracks, they're actually highlighted. They're celebrated, making the piece even more beautiful and valuable than it was before. Your life is exactly the same. Your mistakes, your failures, all your so-called cracks, those aren't weaknesses. They're proof that you've lived. They are the exact places where your strength, your wisdom, and your character have grown. This simple sentence is a total game changer for your mindset. Think about it. When you go to a museum, you admire the art, right? You don't get mad at yourself because you're not Van Gogh. You just appreciate it, maybe you get inspired, and then you move on. Treat social media the exact same way. Admire other people's work, their lives, whatever, but stop using it as a mirror to judge your own reflection. That's their path, it's not yours. And here's a little tool you can use every single day. It's called the deathbed perspective. The next time you're stressing out about something small or comparing yourself to some stranger on the internet, just stop and ask yourself this one question. It is amazing how it instantly cuts through the noise, the ego, and all the tiny anxieties, and it forces you to focus only on what will actually matter in the end. Okay, so having a powerful mindset is absolutely crucial, but it needs a structure to actually survive in the real world. That brings us to our second pillar: building your daily system. I want you to think of this as building a fortress for your mind, the daily routines and the walls you put up to protect your focus and your energy from all the chaos out there. Your entire day is pretty much won or lost in that first hour. So here is a dead simple but incredibly powerful morning ritual. Step 1, no phone. Seriously? The second you grab your phone, you're letting the world's agenda hijack your mind. Protect it. Step 2, move your body. I don't care if it's 2 minutes of stretching, just create some energy. And step 3, plan your day. Just decide on your top 1 to 3 priorities. That's it. That creates clarity and stops you from just drifting. All right, what about your money? The 15-65-20 rule is a super simple system to finally stop living paycheck to paycheck. Here's how it works. 15% of your income, right off the top, goes to your future self. Invest it. Then, 65% is for all your living expenses. Rent, food, the bills. And that final 20%? That's your freedom money. Use it to smash debt, build up savings, or just enjoy your life without any guilt. Just like you start your day with intention, you gotta end it the same way. The digital sunset is so simple. Put all your screens away at least 1 hour before you plan to go to sleep. That blue light from your phone is literally tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime, messing up your sleep. You gotta reclaim that last hour for reading or journaling or just quiet. Your sleep quality will thank you, I promise.
Okay, we've covered your mindset. We've talked about your systems, but you know what? None of it matters without our final, most important pillar, the power of tiny actions. This is all about execution. Because here's the secret. You don't need some massive, dramatic life overhaul. You just need to master the art of the small, consistent step, day in and day out.
The whole philosophy behind this is called Kaizen. It's all about making tiny 1% improvements every single day. Now, why does this work so well? It's because your brain loves easy wins. When a change feels ridiculously small and simple, your mind doesn't fight back. You basically sneak past all that mental friction that normally kills big, ambitious goals. The goal here isn't intensity. It's all about consistency.
So what do these tiny habits actually look like in practice? Here are 4 you could literally start today. 1. Make your bed. It gives you your first win of the day. 2. The 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, just do it now. Don't even think about it. 3. Drink a glass of water before your morning coffee. Hydrate first, then caffeinate. And 4. Learn to say no more often. Your energy is your most valuable currency. Protect it.
And this number just perfectly illustrates the magic of Kaizen. Improving by just 1% each day, it feels like nothing. It feels insignificant. But because of the incredible power of compounding, those tiny little gains stack up. Over a year, that 1% daily improvement doesn't just make you a little better, it makes you over 37 times better. That is the unstoppable power of just showing up.
And all of this leads to a fundamental truth you have to accept. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Stop waiting to feel confident. You are never going to feel 100% ready. It's a myth. Confidence isn't something you have, it's something you build. And you build it by taking action, especially when it's messy and scary and far from perfect. The simple act of starting is what creates the momentum you're looking for.
So you put this all together, the rewired mindset, the daily system, and those tiny consistent actions, and something truly incredible starts to happen. 90 days. It's just one season of the year. But 90 days of focused, consistent, intentional effort is more than enough time to completely rebuild yourself from the ground up. You won't just feel a little different. You will be a different person.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Every single day, you are handed 1,440 minutes. No more, no less. Most of them will probably be spent on autopilot. That's just how it is. But the choice of how you're going to spend the very next one, the one happening right now, that choice is 100% yours. So, what are you going to do?